What's up, YouTube? Mike here with an update on the 90 gallon. Just wanted to go ahead and show you guys what I've done, what new additions I have to the tank, and the progress of the 75 gallon that I decided to build. So as you guys already know, this stand here I built. This is my stand, my design, and I decided to go ahead and build this one. Changed it up a little bit, so this is all going to be black, mind you, except for that brushed nickel, which you can see. That's a framing that's all around. That's brushed nickel. I just painted the inside of this one with that mold and mildew resistant paint. Drilled the holes already. So like that one, I have my cable management. And there's the tank. She's dirty. Gotta clean her up. Just got those lights. Nothing special. Like I said, this is gonna be a fish only tank. So that is the only reason why eventually I'm not too concerned with the lighting. Even though it is kind of bright. Because if I turn this one on, oh, it's unplugged. You ain't gonna be able to see that blooper there. But you'll see it once I get it up and running. But back to the 90. This is what I've eventually finished. I was able to go ahead and get set up. Now this board here, I put it here on the side of the tank, but it's not gonna go like this. I'm gonna build a stand, if you will, which is gonna go from the floor up, pretty much the width of what you see right there, but tall. So I can go ahead and eventually set all this up. This was just something I just did temporarily because I wanted to go ahead and get the Apex system set up because I had everything pretty much on the floor and disconnected, and I just wanted to go ahead and make sure that everything was, you know, getting tracked the way it should be. So as you can see, there goes the display. You can see my parameters. I got the brain, got my J-Bolt pumps, my tablet where I have all my controls for everything that I have on the tank. And then I have everything there. As you can see, this is the pumps, the power heads. And then I have my return pump. And I like the way it came out. You know, like I said, it's just temporary until I could get everything else situated. And when I decided to build that stand, because I'm going to be building a canopy for these lights, and the same for the 75, but I just want to finish the 75 first before I do so. But so far everything has been looking good in here. I did add a couple of new corals that I got from Worldwide Coral. I'm here in Florida and they have beautiful pieces, and I just ended up getting that little piece of Monty that you see right there, that other coral that's right there. And then I have this acro over here, which is like the strawberry cheesecake, something like that. Looks better when the blues are on. Beautiful piece. And then I got this other cap right over here. Everything's small because I wanted to make sure, you know, I could see the progression on the growth. And everything else that I have is actually doing good. This mushroom right here just split the other day. Now it's 2. I gotta get rid of that Aptasia. I gotta feed that something to kill it. These star polyps are just starting to spread everywhere. So you can see it's working its way underneath. This coral, the anemone's doing good. Everybody's doing good. Everything's looking good so far. So I'm just, these Exenias, they're already taking over this whole rock. So this is just almost what, 2 months of growth that I'm seeing. And I gotta tell you right now, for these guys back there, those bird's nests, you can see, and if you look well, you can see the tips white, and you can see the polyp extension, and everything has been doing good so far. So I'm excited about that. There's a couple of new things that I have been adding as far as feeding wise. I started using the coral amino, which is, you know, what I was looking into to help for the coloration and polyp extension on these corals. It's only been the 4th day of me introducing that, so in reality, I almost want to stop and say that I can see some difference, because I put a lot of attention to this tank daily, where I'm just watching each coral and kind of see if whether or not there's anything different with them. With the food that I'm currently feeding them, this stuff right here, Reef, this stuff is great, and I feed them this. I'm feeding right now, it's like twice a week is where I feed them, and I feed the recommended amount, and I pretty much kind of mix it to where it stays thick, so I could target feed and just pour it over them and leave the pumps off with the skimmer, and just leave it like that for like 10 minutes and just let them enjoy it. So for the most part, you know, everything seems to be doing good. You know, I'm excited. I did some changes down here as well. Let's pop this open. As you can see, I took out what I had there. You can see that it's not white, but I ended up taking out what I had there for the control center that I had for all my outlets and switches. I removed it because I got the Apex up and running, so now I have more space. Thinking about a couple of different things that I want to do down here, but I'm eventually gonna kind of brainstorm that one. So I removed the controller that I have for the pump, which is on the board. The only thing that's still down there is just the dosing pump. That's it. And other than that, yeah, that's it. It's just all, you know, doing what it needs to do. And I gotta tell you, that skimmer right there is awesome. This skimmer, I went ahead and I cleaned it last night, mind you, and look how much is already removed. This thing has been working amazing. So I'm excited about that. I have to do a little bit more cleaning down here. My biopellet reactor is working great. You know, everything is doing what it needs to do. The only thing that I want to change here, and the light is off right now, but the only thing that I want to change down here is I need to put like a circulating pump right there in the protein skimmer chamber, because I do have a small nano power head in the back, but I want to change, actually add, not change, add one here in the front, so I can go ahead and remove any of that buildup that settles down there, because I'm noticing that's one of the only chambers that I'm getting a lot of that, where it's just settling. And when I do water changes, I try to suck out as much as that in the bottom as possible, but I would like to just prevent it, you know. So if I think about it, just put that down there, it will help out a lot, tremendously, where it make it a lot easier. When I do water changes, I don't have to be worrying about sucking water from down there. But overall, I gotta say, I'm excited about the way everything is turning out. The tank is looking amazing. Only other thing that I'm gonna add later to this tank is a UV sterilizer, and that's pretty much it. Just leave it alone and let it do its thing. I got good water movement. Thinking about painting the back glass, not sure. Probably just might go ahead and get a piece of cardboard and paint it black and just kind of like glue it to the back, if you will, or tape it. Not sure, but when I go ahead and do that, you eventually will find out and you'll know. But overall, I'm excited. Everything, again, like I said, looks great. Fish are healthy, happy. Corals seem to be doing good. That carpet leather right there, looking to get rid of it, only because of the fact that it is nice, but as you can see, I do have one up here, and I have him up here because I placed that rock up there so it could slow down his growth, because he's really up. He don't need that much light. But this guy over here, as you can see, he's just massive and he's taking over, and that's not what I want. There's a couple of LPSs that I want to add, and I won't be able to do so if I have this thing here. And then with this cap over here and this one over there, I want to make sure that this doesn't get in the way, even though that's going to be a while from now, you know, so I got time. But by the time that those caps do get to that level, I could only imagine the size that carpet would be. So I'm going to look forward to getting rid of that one, because I don't want to have too many of the soft corals in here and leathers and stuff like that. I got this finger leather one here, and as you can see, the star polyps are already growing behind, underneath it, going around it. And I kind of want the star polyps to go, you know, on the bottom of the anemone and whatnot, and just keep that area. But we'll see. We still monitor their growth pattern and go from there. But here it is. Tank is looking good. System is up and running. Everything is looking good, as you can see. My parameters. Everything's looking fairly decent. I'm bringing up my salinity level with this next water change that I'm going to do. And that's it. That's pretty much everything. Got the little tank over here. I have to do some cleaning to this one. This one hasn't gotten no TLC other than the fact that I went ahead and cleaned the glass yesterday. That was about it, and that was just a little pass through. I need to get in there and I need to kind of adjust some of these rocks and kind of figure out what I'm gonna do with this, because I need to remove this light. I want to change that up because I was going to use this as a refugium, but since I have the one in the back and with the reactors and whatnot, I think that suffice. So I'm gonna probably go ahead and change up the lighting and then make this an anemone tank and put some anemones down there with some clownfish and get rid of this guy. And that's pretty much it. But overall, everything is looking pretty good. I love it. I really, really do. Don't mind the mess. But everything is looking fairly great. And I gotta tell you, for any of you guys that don't know, and maybe I'll probably do a video of it later, but this camera right here, these are one of the Wise cameras. I ended up putting it on here, and that's a very inexpensive camera. You can get them in Home Depot for, I believe, like less than $30. And the picture and the quality that I get from me being able to view my tank when I'm not home from the app is amazing, you know, and it helps me to see what's going on with the tank. And it does have motion trackness and things like that, so you know, it's kind of beneficial to have, so you can be able to see what's going on with your tank when you're not home. Maybe I'll do a video on that and show you guys the app, show you what it looks like and whatnot. But hope you liked the video. Hope you liked the progress. And like I said, I'm going to be finishing up this one. Excited about that. So once that's up and running, you'll see the video upcoming on that one. So on that note, you guys take care. Please like if you like the video and subscribe for more videos to come. Peace.